YouTube, Quinway coming to y'all with that basketball analysis on analysisplayground.com and on YouTube. We're going to talk about what to expect from the Detroit Pistons, a team that finished 14-68 last season, having the number one overall pick, Cade Cunningham, and another high pick in Jaden Ivey, and another big man that they was able to add to this roster with a lot of stability. Jalen Duran, another top pick, and they're trying to figure out how do we win with this young core. Well, one of the first things they tried to do in the off season was add more perimeter scoring. Guys like Malik Beasley, guys like Tobias Harris, guys like those guys are mainly what they tried to add this offseason. Obviously, they still got Isaiah Stewart, a bruiser, a guy that can really set good screens, roll to the basket, play with power, play with force. He's a big body, very quick, very athletic, very athletic. Asura Thompson is another guy that they drafted high, and they feel like he can be a difference maker on this team. We got to see if he can space the floor and if he can create his own shot, or is he just going to be a guy that's a cutter, slasher, and a transition type of player that's a solid perimeter defender? But they do have to figure that out with him, or he has to show some type of development, unless he might not be the greatest pick for this particular team, because they got a lot of the guys that do similar things like Asura Thompson, and I think that can get in the way. Marcus Sesser, I don't really think he's going to be, the hugest player for this team. I think he's going to be like a backup guy that is going to come in and contribute, because they're still trying to see what they have in Jaden Ivey, and I think that that's their main focus right now when it comes to the point guard position. And I think that it makes perfect sense, because he showed that he can be a double figure scorer. He showed that he can be a decent to okay playmaker, which he can still show signs to improve there. It's a little difficult when you have a guy that's great at making decisions like Cade Cunningham, but he's more faster, he's more athletic, he can do the transition plays, keeping the ball ahead, keeping the ball going at a fast pace. Obviously, you would like him to become a better three-point shooter, especially spot-up three-point shooting. You would like him to become a better finisher when he gets to the rim, or at least develop some type of floater game. You also would like to see him just improve a little bit more as a free throw shooter. I think Jaden Ivey was drafted because he had the body, he had the size, he had the weight, he had all the physical tools that you need to be a great player, and he had a decent feel for the game and a decent IQ of how to play the game. It just, when you're matched with a guy that's so ball dominant and can really make better decisions and play better than you on and off the ball, it just make you feel a little useless. And I think it's coaching, because he played 77 games and only started 61. In his rookie season, he played 74 games and only started 73. And they knew that the guy could play. They knew that he was one of their best players, and it's obvious to see. But when you're drafting somebody fifth and they have the type of tools that he has, you want him to develop more skills, more touch, more feel, and just a better understanding of how the game should be played at the guard position. And I think that Jaden Ivey can eventually get to that point where he can be an all-star caliber guard. I don't think that that's out of the realm. I don't think that that's crazy, especially in the Eastern Conference. But as a guard, I do like what he brings to the table. I do like what he can do. And he had a solid rookie season. It's not like he played bad or he played terrible. He played like a guy that's still trying to develop and understand the game and understand his role on the team. And that's what he was supposed to do his first 2 years. It's a filling out process. It's an adjustment process to become a potential great player. That's what you have to do. And you can say the same thing about Cade Cunningham. He came in and was injured last season, well, the 22-23 season, and you look at the fact that he only played 12 games, came back this year more healthier, and the more you use your superstar, the more you play your superstar or run through your offense through your superstar, the more chances they have of being injured. And he only played 62 games. People look at Cade Cunningham as a guy that had a tremendous regular season, which he did. 22 points, 44% from the field, 35% from three, 86% from the free throw line. He was able to get 7 assists and 4 rebounds. But in tandem with Jaden Ivey, they do fit better than what people think. one of those guys are going to have to shoot better, and I think it's Ivy. I mean, 35% is about respectable. It's an improvement because he shot 31% and 27% from three the 2 seasons prior, and I think that Cade can continue to develop that. And the more Ivy learns how to cut to the basket, the more Ivy learns how to get to the basket and probe in the basket, getting while he's at the basket, the more easier it is for the shooters, the more easier it is for Cade Cunningham. And Cade is a guy that you can get the ball, he can make a play, he can make a decision, he can also just score the basketball just in general. And that's where you see the 22 points come in. I just have to be more aggressive. I got to keep my head up. I got to make sure I'm making the right play and the right decision. And that's why he was touted as the best player in that draft and the number one player in that draft, because there's nothing the man can't do. He just have to make the adjustments and the adaptation to the NBA level, the physicality, the length, the size, the athleticism. And once he does that, he's going to be a great player. And he has proved all of us right so far. It just, can K develop more than just a pull-up shot? Will he be able to get to the basket and finish at a high level? Will he be able to even develop some in-between type game, which he has shown that I can stop and pop, hit the jump shot. I can, go all the way to the rim instead of doing a layup, just dunk it. And then I can always bump or get banged and get to the free throw line and knock it down. But he also got to develop that outside shot. Either he's going to have to turn down more outside shots, or he's going to have to be able to make more outside shots. He showed the fact that he wants to shoot the three every single season he's been in the NBA. He's been shooting 5 threes a game. So, just getting better at that shot only makes him a tougher cover, which makes the game easier for his teammates since he's always looking to make the right play and not just score the basketball all the time. You look at guys on this roster like a Simone, or you look at guys like a Ron Highland, or a guy like Asor, who they still unsure about as players that still might get significant minutes because this team is very small when it comes to a roster. But I like what they do with that, and you can also add Tim Hardaway Jr. as that potential shooter that you can kick it out to, and he can make a shot. He is also a guy that's very confident in his own game, so he's going to be trigger happy. He's been a respectable three-point shooter his whole career, but he also can create a shot just a little bit, kind of like what Alex Burks did for them not too long ago, just a little bit more uppity with it, and more shot happy. But this is a guy that shot 7 3-pointers a game, in his main role. So that's what they need, is a gunner, somebody that you have to pay attention to, somebody that can make you pay or burn you for not closing out or trying to cheat on the help, or trying to cheat on the help when somebody penetrates to the paint. And I think that Malik Beasley can do that, Tobias can do that, and obviously Tim Hardaway Jr. can do that. And they're going to be relying on those guys a lot to do that. And then it's just about other guys trying to fill in the blank. Wendell Moore, Bobby, Kit, Clintman, those guys I don't really see getting major minutes on this particular roster right now, because they have so many guys that they're trying to, show promise to. And the better they play, the more attractive they are as a destination for free agents to come, or even guys like the Tim Hardaways and the Malik Beasleys and the Tobiases to come and really try to rebuild this franchise back into a playoff team as quick as they can with the play of Cade and Jaden Ivey. I think that they definitely can do that. You have to say them together because that's the best pairing that they have, and teams and players are looking at this team saying, well, you won double-digit games. You have guys that's really scoring decently. They're coming, together, and now we just got to see what they put together as that fourth guy, because I look at Jalen Duran as a guy that's going to be the third out of the big three. He's a guy that already averaged a double-double, and he's only 20 years old in the NBA. Last year, you look at 9 points, 8.9 rebounds this year, 13 points, 11 rebounds a game. And the fact that he's almost averaging a block, he needs to be stronger, he needs to be faster is what the criticism was. I think everybody that's 19 or 18 will have that same criticism, especially when they're playing in high school and college. You don't have as much time as you think to work on your body. That was the only complaint I had with him was, can he protect the rim? Can he stay out of foul trouble? And can he be able to, be a big body? He's only averaging 3.1 fouls, which isn't amazing or crazy, but it's decent. And then you look at the fact that he's still understanding the game and still trying to play off players as a center that's just going to be a rim runner for the most part. I like that he was able to up his minutes and up his opportunity and didn't really take the team down. He actually made the team significantly better. And if he can protect the rim and read the offense and the defense better, I think that that just makes them a more dangerous team in the future because he's just that good at 20 years old that you add 2 to 3 more years of experience with guys that he can build chemistry with and trust with. I think that this could be a very special big three if they can have the right spacing and shooting around these guys and the right type of playmaking. I think that this just makes this team even better. And I think they picked the right three players to play with each other. You know, it just takes some time to bond. But 13 and 11 is really good for a guy that's 20 years old. And I know you're going to say somebody got to get the points, somebody get the rebounds. Well, at least he's doing his part in the paint. At least he's doing his job that they asked him to do. Most people, they want you to give them credit, and then they want to step it up then. He's stepping it up early, and he's showing you that he can really be a significant player in the NBA. And I think it's just the truth. But Donis Jenkins, he's a guy that's not going to really get too much playing time or even probably even make the roster. But if they do decide to keep him or decide to use him, he's a long athletic body that really can, you know, possibly be another tricky type of scorer if he can't really get the perimeter shot to go or he can't really get to the basket and finish, which has been problems for him at the NBA level like most people. But you know, if he can't do that, then I don't really see him having a mainstay on this roster, having a huge opportunity on this particular roster. But it is what it is. But I look at this team as a team with some upside. I still got to see what they've been working on, what they've been doing, how they're going to be approaching this season, and but we still have to see how they're going to look at, you know, as a roster, how is they going to continue to be coached because they already fired their coach and brought in a new guy that can really help this team reach some goals that he was able to do with some other teams prior. And now he's going to bring that experience that he learned from other teams to this team and try to get in their head, try to get their confidence level up, try to get their play level up, try to make things more smooth and more flatline offensively. And then he has some guys that can be great defenders like IDV. He's athletic. Asor is a good, you know, guard slash forward. He's lanky, he's tall, he's athletic. He can be a defensive problem. Cade has been known as a solid defender since he's been in high school. And Jalen Duran is a solid, athletic, mobile, quick, fast guy that can cover a lot of space. A guy that can play middle field in the paint with his length and his size and his athleticism and still be a decent rim protector possibly in the future. And I can see it. I watched some Piston games. I went to the Milwaukee Bucks versus Piston game. So I can see why people are excited about this team, even though they might not win a lot of games this year because they are young and they don't really have as much talent. They're not really worried about that. They're just trying to get another top pick to put with this core of Duran, Jay Knight, and Cade and continue to build forward. You only need a 4-player rotation that understands the game and really knows how to play the game and really play well off of each other. And if you can figure out that part, you just sprinkle in the role players that is going to be coming off the bench and is going to be in the starting lineup. And then you just figure out, you know, what system you're going to run, what type of style you're going to play, what type of identity you're going to have as a team. And then after that, that just comes with the territory, and after that, then the wins come after that. So, other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. If you're new to the channel, I got other videos that you might enjoy, breakdown tributes, videos just like this, and other type of content on the channel. So if you love basketball, you can't live without it. This is the channel for you as I upload basically every day. Got over 2,000 videos. So even if you've been subscribed, you might still want to check out some videos you may have missed, you may have looked over, or you may didn't think you seen. Still want to check it. Just a reminder for the people that want to see. Thanks for liking, thanks for watching, thanks for sharing. Continue to do that so the channel can stay popping and popular. And I appreciate you guys for doing that. Other than that, I'm gone.